Hi guys, snowbaehr here. I've had a request. Everyone wants to know, how do you open these coconuts? So remember, the instructions are in my Renegade Underground cookbook there. First off though, make sure you have a good knife. Good knife makes or breaks how easy these are to open. Having a good knife, we're going to make sure it's very sharp. Take your knife sharpener, give it a few brushes across there. Sharp knife. Next, I'm going to remove the husk to expose the brown nut underneath. This takes a little bit of arm strength here. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. We don't want to cut them. It's always nice to have a little bowl here right next to you for garbage and whatnot. Sometimes I'll put the little grocery bags in that bowl, and that way I can just throw it in the garbage. As you see here, as I keep cutting this, oh, hello Keone. This is my F3 cat, and she's not walking on the food. It's alright. And to expose the little brown nut underneath. Okay, as you see that husk coming around, you start to see that brown nut there. I'm going to expose a good bit because we're going to give it a whack and sink our knife into it. When you open a coconut, it will open with a perfect circle. This will take a minute. So as you can see there, I've gotten the coconut exposed out of that husk. Now I'm going to give the knife a good whack and sink it right into there, and it will open in a perfect circle. I'm not too good of an aim at this, and it takes a couple times. Just make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. There we go, one more. Wow, there we go. Woo! Woo! See how it just popped right open? Just like that. Good, and then we'll just take the coconut water, we'll pour it in there. It's got a few of the pieces of husk in there. So before I pour it into this container, I'm going to strain it with a little strainer. There we go. Next, I'm going to show you how to get the meat out. Got to clean up our mess first. Now, to get the meat out of the coconut, just take a rubber spatula or like a big spoon, and you can scrape it in here. The rubber spatula seems to work better because it doesn't take so much of the husk. And you see how nicely that came apart when I used the rubber spatula. And the same thing, and if you target and make the circle big enough when you cut them open, sometimes I would cut them too small, you couldn't get the spatula in there. This one's cut nice and big, so we can just take the spatula and run it around the outside there, pushing it downward. You can feel the meat coming right off. It's going to come off in one big piece here, you see that? Coming out, let me get the last of that. What I like to do with the meat is I like to make coconut jerky. And that's what you got. This is just the husk and the little brown nut in there. And you can either compost or just throw these away in the recycle. The thickness of that compared like this one. You see how one's a little more gelatinous and this one's more firm and thick. They're both good, and it's just the difference between the coconuts. So now this is the coconut from 4 coconuts. Next, I'll show you how to make coconut jerky.